Hey everyone, I hope you are having a great time. Today I would like to share my experience of using this X-Duo XD05T headphone amplifier with DAC inside using ESS9039 Q2M dual chip design, balanced DAC with tube stage inside. So tube stage is right before the buffer stage, so I would not totally call it tube buffer stage, but I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. The way they design is very nice and very compact design using this anodized aluminum chassis with all the digital inputs and analog outputs are in the back, gain control on the side, and these are bass boost and mid-low gain setting as well as power on and off switch. Retail price is $550 according to X-Duo website, but at this moment probably you can get under 500. So I've been using this for a while. I started using it in my streaming setup as a pre-DAC, right? So using this headphone out, that's where you can control gain. All the analog out is fixed output, so 2 volt for the 3.5 millimeter out and 4 volt for the 4.4 millimeter balance out. So to be able to control the gain, I have to utilize these headphone outputs. So that's how I use it, using as a pre-DAC pairing with different amps. I always love to try that way. I was watching movies and everything worked as it should. No problem at all. The way it sounds is pretty natural with a smoother side of a sound quality. So I moved it to my main system. I started listening with my Ocuface E4000, 4.4 millimeter balance out to balance wide cable connected to my amp, and I was pretty surprised the way it sounds. It's quiet, engaging, yet a little bit on smoother side of neutral tone. Tonality and sound signature is a bit on smoother side as well. So time to time, I find it to be a bit wanting more in dynamic attack, especially when I'm listening to tracks such as AC/DC Who Made Who or Thunderstruck or hard rock tracks. So when I'm listening to it, bass drums and kick drums and everything just sound right. But when the guitar riffs and solos and everything comes in, I kind of want slightly more dynamic in that region. So that mid-range area, but voices and vocals and everything in that region is quite natural and accurately reproduced, as well as giving me good separation. Saying the separation, it will not be super detailed sounding DAC and headphone stage that you can have. This one is somewhat between, like good balance and smoother sound with good engaging tonality with very good resolution. It's not going to be very revealing component in general of this XD05T. The nature of this component is, so it gives you good enjoyment listening to your music. So build quality, I'm pretty impressed, right? The way they design it, it uses 6,000 milliamp battery inside. So I tried it with iFi silent power, using it as an external power or charging it, and I also use it like this as a standalone, just using the battery power. So it works great no matter how I use it. When I'm using the battery power, 1 bar of the battery indicator will last me around an hour and a half, which is pretty nice if you are looking for standalone without getting into the grid. Overall noise control is very good. I don't hear any noise at all, no matter what system I use them with. Tube that they use inside, according to them, they are using vintage tube, meaning when I look at it, it looks like reproduction of vintage tubes I don't know the exact tubes that they use in here, but it worked pretty good. But when I'm trying with my X9 300B tube amp, it's get really mellow, even using with very dynamic sounding JBL L100 Classic 75th edition speaker, right? So it sounded a bit mellow for my taste. I wouldn't call it unnatural. I like you to be aware of it if you want to pair with tube stage, right? If I'm using with solid state, it's no problem, but it also shows that a smoothness and engaging tone and balance that this one can produce. I tried both 4.4 millimeter out and the 3.5 RCA wide cable out, and these both sound very nice. For the sound quality and performance and everything combined, I don't think I can complain anything other than a little bit too smooth when I pair with other tube amps. That's the only thing. In this video, you will hear a sound sample using this XD05T as a standalone, pairing it with my Accuphase E4000. So that's the sound sample that I will feature in this video. So overall performance and driving power, sound quality, noise control, battery, power, everything combined. They just designed it one of the very nice component around $500-600 price range. I also had an experience with the XD05 Pro, I believe the model number is. So that experience was very positive. That's why I agreed to review this XD05T to begin with, but it doesn't disappoint me in terms of performance and sound quality. So pairing components wise, especially for the amplifiers, you want to pair with transparent sounding amps. That's a general saying, but you know, if you have bright sounding speakers, probably you can get away with any kind of amps in general. But when I'm using headphone stage, I kind of enjoy using my MDR 7506. I always enjoy listening to it because I know how they sound. Totally shows good and bad and anything in the recording. That's one thing. When I pair with this Sony MDR 7506, bass quality in low gain setting is not impressive, right? I end up using the bass boost function. It will give me deep and rich bass soundstage with very nice depth to it. Well controlled bass quality as well. So when I'm using the low gain setting, highs and upper mids and those regions, when I crank it up, I will say it's better than medium gain setting or high gain setting in terms of refinement with my particular pairing. So that is also depending on what type of headphones that you're gonna pair with. So this Sony MDR 7506 is totally revealing. So I prefer using it in low gain setting, either with or without bass boost. Price is right, performance is very good. Sound quality that it can give you is pretty impressive that you can get. But please keep in mind, if you are looking for absolute micro and minor detail, tiny nuances, and every detail driving performance, this may not be it. You have to go up on that Pro line, but this one will get the job done and it will totally give you very enjoyable sound quality and driving power with any type of headphones that you want to pair with. Even if you're gonna use it in main stereo system, it should work well. By the way, this XD05T uses OLED display. The way it designed, the way they engineer is very impressive. I can easily recommend it to you to try it, my friend. That is the experience that I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening. See you in the next video.
the sky. It's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly came from above. He led me to you. He led me to you. He built the bridge to your heart all the way. How many times I've lived inside you, I can't say. When I was led to you, you were the one for me. I swear that whole world could feel my heartbeat when I lay eyes on you. Hey, let me burn. You wrap me up in the color of love. You gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life. You gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life. Wasn't it clear from the start? Look at the sky, it's full of clay. The sky is full of He built a bridge to your heart all the way, and when it played and how many times I've loved inside now I can't say it. You gave me the kiss of life, kiss of life. You gave me the kiss that flies, kiss of
bass, Mr. Torigoe Keisuke-san. On the guitar, Orima Yosuke-san. Yeah.